Hi, what do I have here for you today? Crystals. Why crystals? Because we need all the help we can get now to move into higher states of consciousness. We do need to respond to all the turmoil, all the anxiety, all the terror that people are feeling, that some of us are feeling, unless we have done the work already. And we're continuing to do it. There's never a time where we can stop doing the work. Because we've been called, we've been invited to enter the shift. There's a major shift happening right now globally, all over planet Earth. And we either are going to be part of the shift voluntarily, or we're going to be forced into it. And how we respond will depend very much on preparation. So, what do we do to move into higher states of being, and why do we need to move into higher states of consciousness, which is also awareness? I have discussed this in other videos, so go back and have a look at them, because today I'm going to be speaking a little bit more again about solutions, because the time has come to evolve. It's an invitation to evolve or get left behind in fear and terror. Yes, this is what we're being called to do right now, and that's exactly what is in front of us, whether we realize it or not. This is a time to evolve in order to hold higher frequencies of light in our bodies, higher frequencies of light in our bodies, which means it's not time for the mind. It's time to let the mind go. It's the mind that got us here in the first place, so we cannot look for the mind to get us out of here. We've got to go on a cellular level. Every cell of the body has to be embraced, detoxed, and we need regeneration on a very deep level with cells. If you've been doing this beforehand, congratulations. You understand then what I mean about moving or evolving in order to hold higher frequencies of light in our bodies, which means for most people, change your diet from one of turbulence, anxiety, terror, and chaos to one of mindfulness, healing, and radiant health. So how do we do that? Well, look at the video that I made just before this one, because I go into much more details there about how to do this. What I would like to speak today about is the part that dehydration plays. If your cells are dehydrated, then so will your thinking, so will your emotions, so will be your responses. They'll be shriveled up, and there will be no expansiveness in your thinking, in your emotions. It will be constrictive, just like this rather than like this. So it's very important to be rehydrated right now. It's important to know that rehydration doesn't mean drinking water to which very harmful, toxic, and artificial chemicals have been added. The highest source of water is the water that's already in fruits. That's the structured water that our bodies need. So it means eating fruits in abundance, like you've never eaten them before. It means changing everything in your life. Changing the way you sleep, how you sleep, when you sleep, where you sleep. Changing the hours that you sleep, whether it means going to bed earlier, waking up earlier. I wake up between 4 and 4:30 every morning, sometimes as late as 5, because I love that time of day. It's a very magical time of day for me. It's almost like when life starts to evolve. It's like giving birth all over again. I feel like I'm being born again. I've been given a chance at life all over again, because it's when the darkness begins to slowly shift and the light, the presence of life, begins to take over in the darkness, and there's that magical melting of them both, and then the light comes forth. I love that time of day, and that has been shown to be the time to meditate. If you want to get the most of your meditation, that is the time. Some people, that's when they do all their movement activity. They exercise, they go running, they bicycle, they go for hikes, long walks, they go swimming, they sometimes go to a gym. Whatever it is that you need to do to move the energies, you need to start doing, and doing them as soon as possible, because the sooner you do them in the day and the more you are there to absorb the healing vibrations as the earth shifts its energy from evening into night, is the more alive you will feel as you go through the day, and the lighter your own being will be. So I invite you to take part in the shift that happens on earth between nighttime and daytime, and go to bed early. There's a reason why it gets dark at night. Why are we up pretending it's not? Why do we use artificial lights to force ourselves to be up when that's the time when nature says, when the entire universe says rest? Go to sleep and partake in the restfulness that the rest of the earth is going through when it's dark, except of course for the night creatures. If you say, but I'm one of those night creatures, and you feel a lot of angst right now and a lot of turbulence, maybe it's time for you to see if you can maybe try at this point in your life to embrace night as the time for renewal, rejuvenation, and regeneration, because the cells need it. And if you're going to regenerate yourselves, you're going to need hydration, high frequency, high electrical circuiting in your body, which are fruits. Fruits provide both of those. The highest form of food on earth are fruits. You're going to be needing sleep. That's critical and that's important. And you're going to be needing more time with self. That's the only way to heal. You'll never heal in the presence of others, ever. You might get inspiration, you might get motivation. Stop watching the television. Unless you're watching shows like this or other shows where your own being is taking precedence and it's motivating and inspiring you to be part of the shift voluntarily rather than being forced into it. So either we accept the invitation to which we're all being called and be forced into right now. Most of us are being forced into it, or we're going to go kicking and screaming. I, for one, vote for doing it mindfully, effortlessly, and embracing it. Surrender to the shift that is taking place. There's a shift where the darkness is coming in full force so that the light beings can now emerge. And those of us who have hidden our light for so long will now realize this is the time. We can no longer do this. We must take the chance. We must take the opportunity where it's here. We must go out on a limb and let our light shine. So, thank you for tuning in today. Right below, ways in which you would like your light to shine, and ways in which you will allow your light to shine, because we need you now. We need each and every one of you. No one, there is nobody here that is not needed now. Universe doesn't make mistakes. That's the reason why you're here now. So, embrace your own light. Please, we need it. And thank you for being here on earth with me during this big shift. Until next time, be mindful, be bold,